This is nice. Oh, I needed this.
Does the theme tune bring you joy? Does it just calm you down?
It calms me down. Had a busy few days. I'm sure you have as well.
I actually haven't.
Oh,
I've
well,
actually had a very peaceful, calm few days.
yeah, but you've been kind of ill, right? No?
Yeah, it's been a give and a take. I had the days off and they were very chilled days, but I was ill, so I wasn't doing much.
Well, I'm glad we both have a day off today, so we can do this, even though we phoned each other yesterday, the day before that, the day before that. But
I
let's
mean,
get back into the flow of it, you know? This is really nice. I've missed hearing the theme tune and seeing your lovely face.
well, that's the thing. We hear each other's voices practically every day, but seeing each other's face
Yeah,
live,
that's so. Why don't we video call more often? I
I
just can't
was
be
just about
bothered.
to say, we don't
We
video call
we
very
don't video call.
often.
That's a personal thing. Like I just don't. I get self conscious. Like I don't. Like, especially if I had a long day after work, I'm not gonna just switch my camera on, and watch
I
you
mean,
look at me.
well, I mean,
Mm.
you said you feel like you look terrible today. I don't know.
Yeah,
What is
I
it? A
do.
wolf attacked you?
No, I said I look like wolves tried to eat me, but then they spat me out again.
I don't see that personally.
I guess, yeah. I guess you see the beauty in me, but I see the truth in me, which is the wolves.
So are you telling me
Oh,
that's a true
whoa,
story?
yeah. Well, the wolves of my insecurities have been chasing me down and trying to trying to rip my head off. But
Oh
today I
God.
stand tall. You look really good. Like, why is it like Nathan is right? Like every time he sees a picture of you, you look like a completely different person, but always a good looking
Aw.
person. It's because you pull off like 5 different hairstyles and lengths throughout the year, and different beard shapes, lengths as well. You got a goatee right now.
I do
Last time
indeed.
I saw you, you had a full on beard. No,
Added
no, a moustache, right?
just the moustache.
Where did the goatee?
Just
Where did
decided
the?
one day.
Oh, it actually suits you.
Listen, facial hair is makeup for men.
Yeah, I actually like this. Well, anyway, you look well.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't feel well.
I feel well, but I look like wolves of my insecurities have been trying to rip my head off. And
So we're opposites today. Great.
yeah, awesome. Anyway, what is today's episode about?
Oh yes. Hello
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Welcome to
Hi, guys.
the third episode.
Whoop, whoop.
Listen, this is better than we did during our first attempt at the
I
podcast.
know, right?
We're on
And we're
episode
like,
3, but technically this will be the 5th ever episode we release. It's regular episode 3, but this will, in theory,
comes
be...
after an Asian auntie, doesn't it? Or
It does indeed.
Or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Welcome to this new episode. And Cathy, I will let you introduce this episode because you were excited about it until we started filming.
Because I realized, because I love the title is of the episode. I'm a hopeless romantic, but I guess in terms of friendship, I've also been through this myself. But like, I'm excited, but then I was not excited because I was like, wait, I don't know how I actually feel about this topic. Like the idea of it is cool, but like I don't know what points I will make. I will just kind of figure it out along the way. So at
And
least
may
you know
I
I'm
ask,
being authentic.
and may I ask, what is the topic? You still have... I'm waiting. I'm aware
Wait.
people will read the title, but
Wait, what is the title? No, I'm joking. No, is it right person, wrong time, or wrong person, right
what?
right time? Is it right person, wrong time, or
Yes.
is it wrong person, wrong time?
Who knows? Why can't it be both?
It's definitely not both.
So today's episode is
It's
right person,
right person,
wrong time.
Hooray! No, that's me at the airport in July with my luggage. I'm gonna turn around, blow you guys a kiss, and I'll be like,
Are you gonna have a lot of luggage?
no, I'll just have the one Wait, spoilers.
We've already spoke about you leaving in the previous episode.
Yeah, but I can't
Not
expose.
everything is a spoiler.
It's a spoiler for me. I don't know 'cause I don't know how much luggage. I know it's gonna be one.
One
One.
bag.
Yeah, I'm moving to start again, guys.
What are you fitting in one bag? I know that Lily Singh book is massive enough as it is.
I'm bringing I'm bringing a few clothes.
A few?
I wanna bring one of my favorite books. Oh, I'm gonna give you all my journals, but I'm gonna keep the last 2.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If I may be so bold as to ask, you what does writing in your journal do for you? What is your motivating factor?
Because it for me, it's like so yesterday I went out to a friend's birthday dinner lunch, sorry. And then the day before that I had one you know me, I have like really nice one-on-one conversations with people. So I like to document the times that happens and stuff. It just so happens that happens a lot. So everyone like, oh, I just had a nice moment with this person, I just did this with this person, just did that with that person. So I'm also quite socially active, but then creative as well. So if I have a new song idea or if I'm thinking about what to do in Canada or like, next steps and stuff. So I think there's always something for me to personally write about because I never really have like a day where I'm not doing anything.
So why that's what you write about. But what motivates you to keep doing it?
Um,
Do you enjoy doing it?
I mean, I've been doing it since I was like 19, 20, so it's been a long time. It's habit. It feels like at the end of it, it's like a storybook of the whole year that I've
Mm.
lived. Because you know this, I don't think other people know this, but I title all my diary entries with the one where dot dot dot, like the one where I go to the museum, or the one where I eat 3 burgers and this, or the one where I get drunk, or the one where I surprise Nathan. So
I
they're
bet
all
there's a lot
titled.
that start with the one where I got
The one,
drunk.
yeah. Oh, do you know what? I should have titled one like years ago, after a situationship called The One Where I Got Away. Ooh,
Aw,
that would have
that would
hey,
have been slap.
let me re-edit. Let me go back. Let me let me change the title of one of them.
Listen, I joke about that a lot with you as well. You edit your diary
No,
entries.
I
So
don't edit. I just,
you change history, or as you like to call it, fixing time.
yeah. I just look, if my future kids pick this stuff up, right, I don't want them to see me cry for 5 pages over over the same person.
But that's real.
It's real, it's embarrassing. I'm gonna go back and be like, "And do you know what happened after this? I moved on. Next page." No, that's not the truth. And you know what happened? Uh, I moved on straight away. If I had a daughter or something in the future, because I journal so much, because I document my life so much, um, I just feel like, it's kinda like if they find this in my journal one day, they read these stories of, "Oh my god, like, I did this, I did that, I went there." It would feel like they're time traveling in a way, you know?
Mm.
And I have, like, photo albums, journals, music albums. Yeah.
Well, this is why physical media is so important.
Physical
Because,
media.
like you said, when you read these things, when you look at actual photographs, it is like you're traveling back in time.
Yeah. Time. Is it always the right time?
Oh my god.
On that note, right person, but wrong time. Do you believe in that?
So, okay, let's get into it then.
Yeah.
Before I did any research, my initial thought was yes. But as I read more, I started to think, oh, maybe not.
That's how I feel about it. I have mixed feelings about it. I think the movies and media romanticize it in romantic ways. It's
Mm.
like, yes, because the person is wrong for you, but then they go and they change and become a better person and then they come back. That's how I understand it.
But what does better person actually mean?
Maybe not even better person per se, maybe just, like, more healed or, like, maybe their frontal lobe developed.
Mm.
Have you not had a friend like that?
So this is what I was thinking about. I don't have any personal anecdotes that I can refer to regarding this topic. Everyone that I have in my life right now, I've always had in my life.
True.
I've never let go of someone. Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
lying. I'm straight up lying. There's two very specific people.
is there?
Yeah.
Are they in a cookie code?
I'm looking at one of them right now.
Excuse me?
We took a year
Me?
break.
Yeah, but I don't count that. I feel like
Why? I mean, we
'cause it
don't.
makes me sad. 'Cause it 'cause it hurts me. So, you know what? I'm gonna go back in the journals and edit this out. This
Did
never
you write
happened.
about us in the
I don't
journals?
no, in my head, I was like, "Oh, he's done with me. I'm done with him."
Why did you think I was done? Okay, just to give
Oh, no,
context.
not us beefing on air.
What
Oh,
year would
oh.
you have? What
Wait,
year was
this happened,
this?
like why do I feel like this has happened more than once? 'Cause can I be really honest with you?
Okay.
So, was the reason for that because you said you broke your back or something? You hurt your back? Whenever that happened, that's when we stopped talking for a while.
Yes.
Because I was putting on a lot of gigs with a band, but you weren't attending any of them.
Because I couldn't walk.
I know, but I but because I couldn't see you, I was hoping you would text me more, but
Mm.
you're such a good texter now. But back then, oh my god, this man would not text. This man would
I
not
think
message. I don't think I found out about your back, and it is a two-way street. I could have messaged you more, but because you took so long to reply to me, it put me off texting you. If
no,
that
no,
makes
that's
sense?
fair. I think for me, I was in such a dark place. I wasn't on my phone,
Yeah, you were living
and
in analog.
I was living in analog. I was
Mm.
living a hermit.
But whenever you broke your back or whatever,
Yeah.
we I think you just fell off out of contact with a lot of people. Was that am I right to say that?
No, that's true. I did. I did.
This was years ago. I think you have changed in a way.
Well, this is what I was going to say as well. I wasn't very good at communicating, especially
Yeah.
for someone who was immobile. T- Texting was the least I could do.
I know. I think that's what it was for me. I was like, "Oh, he has the time to text, but he doesn't want to," sort of thing.
And then in my head,
No, we didn't even
I
call much.
no, I don't think we
I
did.
don't think we call that's the upsetting thing. We didn't call, which is crazy
Uh,
because now we call all the time.
And I want to say you were going through a lot of romantic issues? Question mark.
Yeah, I think I was going through fucking every issue in the world. Like when you're that age, you know everything. But
And
that
then as a result of that, we slowly drifted apart.
we
And I feel,
did.
and then I do feel like
That's sad.
the one of the biggest factors that drove a wedge in between us was the sugar-free cookie and
Cookie.
Jaffa cake situation.
Yeah, fair.
Did we go into full detail about what the sugar-free cookie situation was?
No,
I'm going to leave it at this.
I don't think so.
I'm
Don't
going to
think
leave
so.
it completely
Just
vague.
a toxic friend.
Long story short, sugar-free cookie, not the best person ever in the world. Dare I say, a very bad person.
Yeah. It was for a reason, guys. It was like, just morals wise.
They weren't,
Yeah.
they were neither a good friend nor a good person.
Mhm.
With that said in mind, I'm also going to add the further layer. I am the one who introduced sugar-free cookie to everyone.
But ironically, you're not the one that was closest to them
So
in
that's
the end.
I introduced sugar-free cookie. Okay, let's give everyone a timeline. 2016?
No.
2016. Late
Late
2016.
2016, early 2017.
I introduced sugar-free cookie to Cathy. Cathy and sugar-free cookie became good friends. Sugar-free cookie introduced Cathy to other people, and Cathy introduced other people to sugar-free cookie. And as a result, they became a big friend group.
Yeah,
Me
that's
and
it.
sugar-free cookie were never great friends. We just hung out every now and again.
But you guys had a history of knowing each other for a long time. Am I correct?
Sugar-free cookie is not a part of my life right now, but if they were, then yes, they would have been the longest person that I've ever known for the longest period of time.
And you didn't see the signs, hey?
We will get to it. I will tell you
Mm.
right now, something kind of struck me that I didn't think about when I was younger, but I can now I think about, oh, when did that happen? But before I get to that,
Mhm.
you and all your friends had to get rid of sugar-free cookie.
Yeah.
From 2016 to 2018, it was a tumultuous friendship for the best parts, but eventually you all had to just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Cut
We had the
to,
sorry, we had like didn't me and you even try to do an intervention?
oh my God.
Yeah, because we were kind of we were like being kind of jokey about it. We were like deep drawing like cakes that we were gonna bake
We
for the
were going to
intervention.
get a
Like,
custom
sorry,
cake.
we're leaving. It
Sorry, but
says,
we're leaving.
sorry, we're leaving you.
I remember. So that was
I remember that cake.
2017. It was just a case of we didn't think they were a good friend, and we were just going to tell them we didn't want to be friends with them anymore. But to
Mm,
soften the blow, we said, let's get a custom cake made that
yeah.
says, sorry, we're leaving.
We're so unserious. I can't.
It was
I
all
can't.
quite, it just wasn't a good friendship. So we are kind of being jokey about it, but I was low key kind of serious. I like a good cake with a message.
Same. I was excited for the cake part, but anyway.
I once baked a cake for you for a long distance friend slash situationship
I
of yours.
don't know, but I think that was a situationship before situationships became a thing.
It was her birthday, and I don't know if I suggested it or if you asked me. For her birthday, I baked her a cake. This
And then
girl who didn't
he
live in
doesn't
the
live there.
UK,
And
for
he
her
baked him.
birthday, I
He baked
baked a
her.
cake
It had the
of the
Cuban
Cuban
flag.
flag.
And then me, you, and we invited
We
Stephanie,
then invited a completely random friend who had
who
nothing to do
doesn't
with
know,
this person.
to like the park one night. And we just, I think I
Ate
wore,
cake.
we ate cake. I think I wore a party hat, and then I ran around the park at night, and the fireworks went off.
You
That,
sent this girl a picture of the cake and videos of the fireworks saying it was all for her, saying,
no, why am I so
singing
romantic?
Feliz cumpleaños, and who
Yeah,
knows what else.
and I still wasn't the one here.
No, apparently
No,
not.
that was just wrong person, wrong time.
She said wrong person, wrong time.
She said this girl's crazy. No, I think she loved it.
So anyway, long story short, I have this weird thing. I used to bake cakes for random occasions, for random people, for random reasons. So
Yeah,
when
love
the
that.
whole issue with sugar-free cookie was
Sugar-free
happening,
cookie.
it was quite a juvenile friendship argument in 2017.
Well, we were young as well. We were like, it feels like we were young, but we were
We were
probably just
19, 20.
21.
Yeah, 19, 20, I would say we
Oh,
were.
yeah, I guess so, yeah. Which doesn't, yeah,
2018.
yeah.
Sorry, you were going to say?
No, I was say like when you look back on it, it feels like we weren't young at the time, but in hindsight, we we were so
We were
young, like we
young.
didn't know anything.
And this is the worst part. 2018. This is when the beef with sugar-free cookie takes a legal turn
Yeah,
because of what they did to you and other people.
exactly. So I guess we can't really speak too much on it because of that.
So from 2018
Yeah.
onwards, no one spoke to sugar-free cookie anymore. However, as I mentioned, I introduced all these people and they had their own friendship group and they had their own friendship drama. I wasn't privy to any of this information.
He was like, I am not involved.
Between the years of 2018 and 2021, I didn't know anything that went down. I vaguely knew what happened between you and him,
Mm.
but you still kind of stayed friends with him for a bit, even though other people weren't a fan of that.
Yeah, but I think I told you I had complex feelings about that
Yeah.
in itself. I think it was, like, in hindsight, I should have just I didn't have a backbone back then, and I felt, like,
Mm.
guilty, so I was kinda like I wanted to end this friendship, but I didn't know how to go about with it. But now I'm older, it's different. I just be like, "Okay,
Yeah.
goodbye." But back
So
then, I kinda struggled with that.
so I didn't know other people had cut this person off. I didn't know that in terms of like a group consensus, we were all on bad terms with this person because they were a
Yeah.
very bad person.
We cancelled this person.
So then cut to the year 2020. It was either early 22 or late 21. This person, who again, for further context, I just by chance had not even spoken to Sugar Free Cookie since the year 2018.
Mm.
Not only was I unaware other people had cut them off, I just hadn't seen them at all. So for me, 4 years had passed and they just popped up to me at work.
Yeah.
And they just came in and started chatting to me. And what happens? Who walks past?
Jaffa
Jaffa Cake
cake.
walks
Jaffa
past.
cake.
I never saw Jaffa Cake. I don't think Sugar Free Cookie noticed Jaffa Cake.
Jaffa cake saw you guys interacting. Oh, do you know what? For context, wait, just to like set the scene, this is one small town, right? Like it's funny because in that small strip of area, that's where me and you used to work, like two doors down, right?
We
In the
used to
top,
work there.
and
And
then
that's also
opposite,
where
Jaffa Cake used to work there as well. So it's
we
like,
just all work
it's a,
there.
it was work there.
We
So
come from
this
a very small town.
small town.
So yeah, I was unaware that I was being observed. And to my knowledge, Jaffa Cake told you a completely different story of events of what happened.
I don't even remember, but I think it was like this insinuation was that you two were still close, and that should have been a red flag for me. So then I felt bad to still be in contact with either of you guys.
Yeah,
But then
that's
didn't I
fair.
send but then didn't I send you a paragraph saying something about it?
So
Confronting you?
you
I think I did.
addressed the situation and and we I don't want to say confrontation, but we had a
Mm.
conversation.
We had a conversation about it, and then to be fair, that's when you finally like figured like put two and two together. You're like, oh my gosh, like Kathy, I would not stay friends with this person if they did this to you or made you uncomfortable. Like this was like a one-off like interaction or something.
So yeah,
Okay.
even though so Jaffa Cake must have seen me and Sugar Free Cookie early 2022. And then I think you were just keeping a distance from me. You didn't assume like the worst of me, but you were keeping a level of distance from me.
Yeah, but
You still invited me.
that was me letting someone else's opinion of you
Mm.
cloud my own judgment. So
Because you
you know,
still invited me
soz
to
for that.
your birthday party. And I
Yeah.
remember I got there early to help set everything up as well. I wasn't just a regular guest. You
No,
asked me to come
you
early
were
and
in the
help.
Met Gala committee.
Yeah. So we must have reconnected a little
We must
bit.
have been
And I want to say that's because that's when I started physiotherapy. So my back was getting a lot better. So I was
oh,
able to
yeah.
go out more.
So I hadn't seen you for months before that, I assume?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I
When
did because you had long hair, apparently.
you hadn't seen me
No, yeah.
in a year and a half. So I had long hair by then.
And then you wore a wig to my Met Gala, so I
I also
still
wore a
didn't
wig
see
to the
it.
Met
Yeah.
Gala. Yes.
For context, he was Paris Hilton and I was Britney Spears.
Great day.
That was a great day. It was a great
We
time.
still haven't. What is the story? Paris Hilton and Britney Spears are friends, but is it
It's Lindsay
Lindsay Lohan
Lohan,
just
yeah.
keeps crashing the
That's
party?
sugar-free cookie.
Sugar free
Sugar-free
cookie.
cookie is Lindsay Lohan. No, but, long story short, like, after a bit
We
of
took a gap in our friendship.
there must have been something else that affected it. I'm not really sure what, if I'm being honest with you.
I think it
It
was the layout
it
of all those things.
but on top of all of that, it because I still feel this way. I still feel like I'm a big on, like, people's character and stuff,
Mm.
and, like, if I'm being honest with you, like I loved you as a friend back then, but when you lived in London, you defo had a wall up. Like it wasn't you weren't great at communicating, it's true. I mean, you were,
Yes.
but not like not how you are now, if that makes sense. So,
Dare I say this? I was a superficial friend, meaning I only gave so much away about myself.
it's true, and this is actually something Jaffa Cake kind of highlighted to me was kinda like, oh, like, I think I don't quote me on this exactly, but I think they said something like something about your emotions or something like that. Like, I think they made a joke once, it was like, "Oh, but, like, he doesn't have emotions," or something, and it was kinda
Which
like
is funny because we used to
'cause
say
we
that
also
about
used to say
them.
that about them and their facial expression. So, yeah, it was kinda like but I think, when you hear comments like that, you kinda, like, you start to form an opinion, but at the like I said, this was, like, years ago, and I feel like
Mm.
you have changed so much as a person that is why it's so much more easier for me to be even closer to you now. And I think this is why maybe right person, wrong time does affect us actually, because I think ironically you moving to Scotland made our friendship better
I
somehow.
think it's true.
No,
I
it's
think
true though.
you and me
Yeah.
are a great example of right person, wrong time.
Oh wow. We're the stars of this episode. Hey, that's kind of
I didn't even
I
think about that
didn't
till
even
we
think
started.
about that. not us not us realizing right now, like, oh shit, this is us.
No, it's very true. Until I
Mm,
moved out, I wasn't in a toxic environment anymore and I
mm,
was freely being myself. I was able to be a better friend to people.
yeah. And it wasn't like you weren't a because it sounds like I'm saying you weren't a good friend back then, because you were, but I think it was like back then we just had more fun times. But, like, now, it's more like we have more emotionally depth to our conversations now.
I think this is where the idea of healing and, like you said in the beginning, being a quote unquote better
Better
person
person,
comes
yeah.
in. Authenticity is a very big factor. Your what defines your friendship is inherently defined by the kinds of people involved in it. If you have someone, let's say, for example, and I'm saying this hyperbolically, someone like you, Kathy, you have always been authentically, unapologetically yourself. You've also been someone, you've always known who you were, your goals, your ambitions,
Mm,
your dreams. You've been open about them and have always known what you wanted.
yeah.
I have always been the opposite to that. Not to say I've been inauthentic, but rather I did not know myself. I did not know my thoughts. I did not know my feelings. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to be. Like
Mm.
I said, oop,
Ooh!
that's the first time that's ever happened. That is the first
Ooh!
time that has
You better
ever
rewind,
happened.
you better bleep that, you better work, you better oh,
Oh, where's the cookie
whoa, yeah.
code?
Jaffa cake, we say. Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
well, yeah.
Um,
And I
just
oop.
like, and I, ooh, just like Jaffa Cake said,
Tea.
maybe I did like emotions because I didn't really know how to feel. No, but this is true. Even when the sugar-free cookie incident happened, I speak quite freely on this.
Yeah, no, please.
We were young, and it
We were
was a
young.
very
Severe situation.
severe situation. It was very egregious allegations being made.
I
And
know.
I, as a child,
No, it's true. No, it's true.
I didn't know how to process these things.
Yeah, but I feel like now you would process something like this, like we both would. We'd just be like, oh,
I would hope as a 30-year-old I could process these things a lot better. But going back to authenticity and me being as a person, aside from Sugar Free Cookie, I come from such a strict, orthodox. I have the most stereotypical Asian upbringing. I don't want to sound like this is a sob story, but emotionally almost stunted upbringing. I did not know how to be a person. To an
but you knew
extent,
how to study.
I knew how to study. You know what the worst part is?
Mm.
For work, I'm a researcher. My work is My work is me
More
studying.
studying. Well,
All I know how to do is
well, you know
study.
how to do it. You know what they say,
Well, let me
"My
tell you
job
about
is
all
to
the stuff I've
serve."
studied today.
Mm.
See, I was gonna say I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and as a result, the person in a friendship isn't their most how would you word that? And
Well, this is where
someone who's
people will confuse this as, were you a fake friend or fake person?
it's not about being a fake friend, and
Yeah.
it's not about being lying to others. It's about lying to yourself
It's yeah.
and not letting yourself be who you want to be. And as a result, you're not letting people around you see you for who you really are. You have a filter.
You have a filter, that's it. I think you had a filter,
Mm,
but I think a lot of people in the early 20s will. But
yeah.
the only difference about me was I was just a I knew who I was at the time. Like, ironically, I feel a bit more lost as a person now than I did in my earlier 20s because I'm moving to a new country and I'm gonna have to find a new job and find all of this newness, you know? But
Mm,
I did I did feel a strong sense of self back then. But to be honest, I don't think it was all authentic either. I think I pretended to have self-love until I eventually had it,
mm.
if that makes sense.
No,
But
I
you guys
agree.
you guys definitely played a part in helping me love myself. But all those um unrequited love situations did not help, let's just say.
Well,
Mm.
I would say, in response to what you just said, that can be an argument against right person, wrong time. The idea that, at least in friendship, when I personally think about right person, wrong time, to me that would suggest that you need to take time apart, because what makes it the wrong time? How are they the right person but it's the wrong time? What
That's
are
what
the
someone
factors
used to say to
involved?
me. They were like, "If it's the right person, then it would be the right time." And
And I think
I
what
agree
yeah,
with that. I agree with that.
and kind of like what you were saying, let's say with my example of me not being myself, that's something I would say, okay, these people are good friends to me. However, I feel like right now I can't be a good friend back because of personal issues that I have. Let me take a step back from the friendship, work on myself, and then come back. I feel like that's how
Oh.
some people would react to the idea of right person, wrong time. This idea of taking a step back and needing a break. With you and me, when we took a break, it wasn't to do with our personalities, it was to do with life circumstances.
It just didn't feel like the right time for us to be as close. Because
Yeah,
I think when we were so when was peak, um, best friend time for us? Was it 2017?
2016. I think it
26
ended in
summer 20
2017.
summer of 2016 because yeah, because when in 2017 to 2018, I was more focused on my girl group friend, wasn't I?
Well, this is what I was just about to say to you.
Yeah.
From 2015, 2016, bits of 2017, we were inseparable. We
We
spent
were
so much time with each
inseparable.
other.
We were so
However,
inseparable.
in that time we spent apart from each other, or we were not as close, we have built other friendships outside of that.
Yeah,
And some of those friendships we had were learning moments for us. We lost and gained a lot from those people.
we did.
Because if we were constantly with each other, in a way, not that we were holding each other back, but
Mm.
we just had more time for other people and we were able to make
Yeah.
other connections.
I think it's good as well, like, because even since then, even since you moving away and stuff, we still have strong friendships with other people. And we've also seen what a bad friend can look like as well. And I
Mm.
think it's nice to have each other in a way because I guess it makes you appreciate the friendship more, doesn't it? Like,
The people that I met and the people that I'm still friends with in that time space where you and me were not as close, I am very appreciative of them and I'm glad that I have them in my life.
yeah.
And I think the great part of this is you, Kathy, have always been the right person in my life. But
Mm.
how do I explain it? Wrong time. It doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't be around the person, but I'm optimistically choosing to interpret that as I've scheduled you for another time. Our friendship has taken a rain check. We are still connected, even if we're not physically together.
I was just gonna ask you then, do you feel like mental health plays a factor in maybe not
I think it's a.
us, maybe not in our situation, but maybe for other people, maybe like Halloween cookie or I don't
Can I say
know.
this?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say mental health. I'm going to say needs. We
Priorities,
had
actually.
we had different priorities and different
Priorities.
friendship needs that other
Mm.
people were able to provide for us.
Wait, this is it. This is this the nail on the ceiling.
Because I would
Wait,
say
what's the
this,
what's the the nail on the
you hit the nail on the head.
yes.
No,
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the ceiling.
honestly. Yes, that is exactly it, because oh my gosh, I think you just answered all the world's problems.
Did
That
I?
is so true. Yeah, that's really touched me. What the fuck?
Did it hit the nail on your ceiling?
Yeah, I think so, 'cause there's a can hear drilling, sorry. No, I
I
think you're
think
so right.
while we were friends as teenagers, we were fulfilling a lot of needs for each other as friends.
But when we were teenagers.
As we grew up, when we reached the beginning of our 20s and we had different things go on in our lives and different priorities, it's not that we were incapable of fulfilling certain needs. We just happened to find other people that were really able to help you. So, for example, it's not that I don't think you could have consoled me when I had a broken back. It's just that I had other friends who were really there for me at the time.
No, but it's the same thing when I was going through my really
I'm
heartbreaking
not good with
situ
romance, so I
yeah,
don't think I would have been great for you when it
so you
came to
weren't
dealing with romance.
exactly, and I was all about romance and heartbreak, but it was weird because we couldn't really talk about that so much. Because I
We
feel like
didn't
with
talk
me
about romance a
no,
lot.
me and you, we didn't really me and you for context, me and Darren, when we used to phone each other, we would, like, play games on the phone, like, we would, like, be like, "Oh, do you wanna play Mad Libs today? Do you wanna play Guess Who? Do you wanna gossip about celebrities? Do you wanna do this and that?" But we never really would, like it's different now because I can call him now and be like, "Oh my god, I'm a bit overwhelmed because 'cause I'm stressed about this Canada thing," and he'll help me through it, or we talk about whatever. But back then, it was just I don't know why, it was, like, not a topic for us to talk about
No,
the
I think it
emotional
was a maturity thing.
Yeah,
I think a lot of our friendship was just to do with having fun, but then life hit us both in different
yeah,
ways
yeah.
where fun wasn't going to solve all our
Mm,
problems.
we grew up, dare I say it. I think you're right though, because yeah, different priorities and different friends give you different things. So in that case, what happens when your priorities change? Does that mean you need new friends to fulfill? Or do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, let's discuss it. When we say
yeah.
priorities change, give me an
I
example.
okay. So now that I'm in a serious relationship, if I have friends that just want to drink all the time or just, stay out till like 3 a.m.,
Mm,
I am not always in the mood for that now because I have to think like, actually, I'm gonna have a bit to drink and then I want to kind of just I know it sounds a bit, like, sappy, but, like, cuddle up to my boyfriend when I'm home. Not too late, not too drunk out my mind, you know? But I think there's a time where when I was single and having more fun, I wouldn't care. I'll just stay out till, like, 3 AM or whatever and not
mm.
care. But I think your priorities change, like, I wanna be well rested for this. I wanna work. I don't wanna miss too many days because I wanna save for my future and stuff like that. So you start taking on different priorities. I'm not saying that I'm choosing my relationship over everything, but you just consider your partner a bit more. But then
Yeah.
you also, in that sense, want to surround yourself with people who also take life as seriously as you do.
Hmm. I agree.
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
that's what I
it
mean.
comes down to its communication is key
Mhm.
because if we're talking about priorities changing,
Mhm.
effectively that's people are changing, what we act, what our motivations are, that is in a way who we are as a person. So when
Mhm.
our priorities change, we change. And
Yeah.
you have to question, how do long term friendships and long term relationships last?
Mm.
Because who the people you were when you first met can't necessarily or always be the exact same kind of person you are now. You make an active or subconscious choice to grow together.
Mm.
And a way of doing that is constantly knowing what each other's priorities are, knowing what each other's motivating factors are. In order to keep a friendship and to grow, you need to communicate the constant changing priorities of
So
saying,
yeah.
"Oh, like, hey, I know you wanted to go out again because we always go out every Friday, but I can't go out this Friday." And then it becomes "Oh, I can't come out every Friday every month." You have to constantly communicate what you're feeling and the changes you're going through.
Yeah, instead of, like, being ghosted.
And I do feel like that's an insecurity some people have. In a way, losing your friends or losing out in a relationship, FOMO, is what can stop people from progressing as individuals because we want to prioritize something else that may be for our own betterment, but we are aware that it will negatively impact the friendships. So we are, in a way, self sabotaging.
Or
Oh, I
people
should go to
pleasing.
bed earlier. I should
Yeah.
study more. People pleasing, yes.
Yeah.
I should do this thing that helps me as a person. But I feel as though it has a negative impact on the friendship. A good friend, you would hope, wants the best for you as well. So you shouldn't have that fear of communicating your needs to them. And they should understand. And even if you and this friend are not on that same life path, if you and that friend do not have the same priority, they
Mm.
should still understand how, what, and why your priorities are what they are.
Yeah, that's very true.
I have friends who still live at home with their family. And to my knowledge, they don't necessarily have any plans right now to move out. They are aware that I am someone who lives
By yourself,
by
essentially.
myself,
Mm.
I pay rent,
You work
and that
full
I don't have
time.
the same finances as them, the same freedom as them. But at the
Mm.
same time, I am also saving on top of that. So while they have more chance to go out a bit more and hang out with each other a bit more, they're
Yeah.
very understanding when I say I can't make it or I can't do it. And they never hold it against me.
Yeah. I feel a bit bad, like, sometimes because I have a couple of friends recently who I won't name here, but, like, asking me, like, "Oh, like, I know you're saving for this," or, "I know money's tight right now, but, like, do you wanna go on holiday with me to here or this?" Even you've asked me actually as well, but, like, about Spain, but, like,
I did
for
to
some
Spain, yeah.
yeah, but, like, you're fine, but, like but you understand my situation if I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I don't think I can do that because of the Canada move." You're like, "That's
Yeah.
fine." But, like, yeah, but, like, other people, like, I think they asked if I could go in, like, summer, and then I'm just like, we are at different financial levels in life, like, it's not that I'm 'cause I think what annoys me as well or upsets me is, like, because people can see that I'm working a lot, but they're like, "Oh, but why if you're working a lot, then that means you must have money to go out all the time." It doesn't mean I want to go out all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just
Yeah.
like, it would be nice to have money sometimes and kinda keep it there and not feel like you have to spend it, if that makes sense?
I would say for me, the greatest currency I've ever had is not an abundance of money, but an abundance of time.
Abundance of time. You're right again, you hit the nail on the ceiling. Like, it's so true, like, exactly, and I think one of the most consistent things I can say about our friendship is that you have never drained my energy.
You always say that, and I think it's so sweet.
I think it's so true though, because even though I had a really busy day, like, I'm just, like, happy to chat to you for, like, 3 hours, but you know
Yeah.
what? The feeling is mutual though, because you feel that way with me, don't you? So it's kinda like it's
Kathy,
nice.
not only do you not drain me, you
You
invigorate
energize
me.
me.
No, can we address something? Can we address something very quickly? Because I don't know
Yes.
if you've realized you've been doing this the past like week.
Yeah.
Not only is Cathy the last person I speak to before I go to bed, Cathy's
Was
the
it the
first
first
person I speak to in the
person?
morning.
No, can we address this? Like, like, do you know what's even crazier? It's like I even if he's sleeping and he sees me calling, he will answer and be like, "Oh, hey, I just woke up." And and he knows I have nothing to say, but I just wanted to call to be
You
like,
always have
yeah,
something to say.
yeah, but like, and bless him. I don't think the first thing he wants to hear is, "Oh my god, I'm crying because of Chapel Roan," but like, but sometimes it is crying because of her beauty, and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Can I send you the video?" And he's like, "Okay, okay."
You are my alarm.
I am, but you're my soul's alarm.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you're my chakras.
all of them, all 7 of them.
There's 7?
Yeah, there's 7.
Yeah. Yeah, you're my
I can't,
chakras.
I can't remember what they are, but I know there's 7 of them.
You're my chakras and yeah,
How's your boyfriend
that's
doing?
oh, he's probably texting back. He is he is also my chakras. No, but anyway, back to the original point. Is like, yeah, what do you do? Like, is that a
What was the
sign that
original point?
right person, wrong time?
Okay.
Is there? Do you think there are signs when you can feel a friendship is drifting apart? Is it they take longer to reply? They start canceling on you more. They feel a bit flaky. Would you say those are signs that it's not working
Those are
out?
signs there's something going on with them as a person.
Mm,
And it comes down to whether you feel like it's worth addressing or letting it be and what happens happen. Because going back to you and me, we never addressed anything. We never
no,
had the conversation of let's take time apart. We just
no.
naturally drifted apart.
You know, that's happened to me a couple of times over the past year with some people. Um, like 2 of them I'm fine with that happening with. There's one person that I kind of wish that didn't happen. But
Macaroon.
I was this is yeah, okay, I guess we'll get into it. I was like the worst version of myself when this person was friends with me. And I don't know if they kind of took pity on me at the time because I was going through so much mental health wise. But they were a very good friend because they were like very there for me. And then, in the early years of our 20s, maybe I felt a bit like imposter syndrome because I was like, I'm just such a mess all the time. What does this person get out of being friends with me? But I was also one of the few friends in their life, dare I say, who allowed this person to also speak about their own emotional turmoil or whatever. Um, and, it's a shame that now that I'm in like a because when this person was friends with me before, I was the worst version of myself, but they always saw the potential in me to become better. Now that I feel like I'm a more happy and sane person, this person's not in my life anymore, and I kind of feel like I wish I could connect again, but I think the time has passed.
No, I disagree.
I think it's passed, and I feel like I want to invite them to my Canada going away party,
I reached
and
out
I
to
think,
someone today.
oh
Sorry to interrupt you. First of
no,
all, I
no,
think you should invite
I
them.
think I should invite them to the
I
Canada
think
go.
you should
Yeah.
text them right now. But
Hey,
I
thinking about you,
text
boo.
I text someone who I haven't spoken to in a year for the simple fact they came to my mind. I
Mm.
went onto our chat history. I was the last person to message and they just never responded.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Yeah,
And
with
their
my situation.
literal response to me was, OMG, hi. I was literally thinking just about how I needed to get over my, oh no, I can't respond. It's been too long right now, agonies, and finally send you a message.
Mm.
And I said, Oh, it's never too long. You can message me whenever.
It's never too long. Well, do you know what? Interesting that I feel this way about this person. Because guess who popped up 2 days ago to me after, like, 5
Hell
months?
yeah.
Halloween
On the
Cookie.
topic of right person, wrong time, Halloween cookie.
Halloween Cookie popped up and said, they were like, "Oh, I've been wanting to message, but I was overthinking it. I don't know if it's been too long, but would you like to meet up soon?" And I caved and I was like, "Yes, let's do it. Next Wednesday. I'll meet you here." Um,
You
yeah.
when you said to me, like, when we first hear right person, wrong time, what do we
Mm.
think of? This entire topic was inspired by by
By
Halloween
Halloween
cookie.
Cookie, and then we realized it could, be about us, and then now I'm thinking on the other end of the spectrum where if it was the right time now, then why aren't me and Macaroon close anymore? But maybe it's because we have different priorities going on.
If you don't mind me asking, who was the last person to message who?
I think last year, like last summer, I mentioned that I've finally happy in a new relationship. There's this guy called Nathan, and she said she was happy for me, and then I think I tried to say, like, "Oh, we should do a double date or something," but I don't think the person got back to me about it.
Okay.
And okay, this is such a girl thing, I don't know, you can tell me if this applies to you too, but when I knew the friendship was over, it was because they didn't wish me happy birthday.
Okay. Yes, you mentioned this to me before. And I've
Oh,
said to
did
you,
they? Wait, no, I don't think they did. No, because it was in October. Yeah, I don't think I got a message,
no,
no.
you said to me, you're like, oh, they never said happy birthday to me.
No.
I said this to you on a complete separate note regarding a completely different scenario. Women take birthdays so
No,
seriously.
it's true. You miss a birthday, that's it. The friendship is over.
That's
Unfortunately, it's true.
crazy
No, it
work.
is really true.
We have obviously had a lot to say about right person, wrong time. Definitely considering at the beginning of this, you
I didn't know
felt like
how
you
it was
had
gonna go.
nothing to say.
I was
You
gonna
didn't
be
know
like, I
what.
don't know. I was like, I don't feel anything about this actually, but
I didn't go into this realizing that you and me were even an example of
we
this.
were we were like the best example of this. Because it's true. Like when we were like apart, like it was like we literally weren't talking for like ages, and like it's really weird to think about now because we talk every day. It's
Y-
but when we were living in the same city, we were not. That
no.
was wild. That's wild.
So, with regards to you and me, I would say yes, I do think right person, wrong time is a thing. However, I still have some doubts in some regard in why I
Yes.
don't believe it's a thing.
We can talk about pros and cons, yeah.
There are definitely pros and cons, and it is
Mm.
always very situational. Because would you argue that it was never a case that you and me were wrong time? What does the term wrong time mean? Because in my eyes, when I look at you and me, we just took a break.
Yeah,
We didn't
okay.
stop being friends. We just took a step back from being joined at the hip.
Yes. So maybe is that a difference then between because when I think about right person, wrong time, I think of it more in a romantic sense. Like so
It's definitely a phrase that has a
mm,
sentiment that you always connect it to romance. It's generally said with romance, but I
yeah.
do think it applies to friendship.
I'm gonna see if I can I don't know. I think you're right. Maybe I don't think it I'm gonna argue that it doesn't apply to friendships
Okay.
because maybe me and you are the exception though. But like I think in most of my cases, when friendships have ended, they ended it like okay, how do I describe this? It's about the priorities thing. So when I was 21 or 22, the kind of girls I was friends with at the time just made sense for that time in my life. There's that quote that's like, you're friends with people for either like a season, like some people serve you for a season, different seasons in your life. In that time in my life, I was looking for just fun, spontaneous times. I was willing to travel more, I was willing to like get drunk more, whatever. My life was just not that serious. As time's gone on, if those people try to reach out to me now, it would not be the right time for us to be friends
Mm.
because I'm not in that season in my life anymore, if that makes any sense.
So is it almost like
So
right
you were the right
person,
friend at the right time in my life.
yeah, at that time.
At that time, you were the right person. But now,
Time
I'm
has moved
sorry,
forward.
time has moved forward, as have I.
It's almost like you so then it's almost like you were the right
You
person.
were, but you're not now.
I guess you could argue the present, the now is always the right time. It's the person
That's
who's
it.
always right or wrong.
Yes. And then in the romantic sense, me and Nathan meeting at this venue on a random January, if we both didn't agree to do a gig that night, we would not have been at the right place at the right time.
Mm.
So in that instance, everything just aligned perfectly. What do I always say to you? Can't argue with the stars.
You
And if
can't
the
argue with the
stars,
stars.
even though the stars are crazy or blind or whatever,
Even though the stars are
just,
crazy, even though the stars are blind.
yeah, like can't argue with them. And I think the stars know what they're doing. And yeah,
It's a funny one. It is very half and half within my
it's very
heart and
half and half, isn't
mind.
it? It's like yes, but no, but yes, but no.
I kind of believe in right person, wrong time, but then you also have wrong person, right time. But I feel
It
like
just goes back to that argument. Like if, like everyone is meant to be in your life for in that exact moment. I think I have not bumped into Black Coffee Girl since they broke it off with me. I've not
so
bumped
maybe
into them. Not
it
bumped
was
into them.
never. I
So
would argue
they were
that's
only meant
wrong
to
person, right time.
oh,
I
maybe
would
for
say,
them.
well, no, for
Yeah.
you, it was a case
Mm,
of you were in the right mental spot to date and be in a relationship,
but they were not.
and you just attached to someone who you thought was the right person, but they were
Mm,
not.
yeah.
I have a lot more to say about right person, wrong time, but we are definitely coming towards the end of of the episode. So I would say thank you for everyone to listening.
Mhm.
This we spoke a lot about.
We spoke a
We
lot.
went into this actually quite blind. Like I have a few
But now
things I
it's quite
listed.
insightful now. Yeah.
So I guess this is right person, wrong time, part one.
Yes, I think woo!
I didn't mean to do that.
I think, we'll go into the next part reading because Darren put on his Instagram story a little poll, and I think we've got a few replies there. So we'll listen to some of our friends' opinions on this, and then we will go through some notes
So
in the
yes,
second part. So yeah.
I keep forgetting fortune
Did we
cookies.
do the fortune cookie? Should we? Yeah, let's do that because I actually have one on me.
All right, I've got one of me
Okay.
as well. So
Okay.
let's do our fortune cookies.
Fortune cookie.
Oh, I don't know if the camera can see it.
Oh, luck is coming your way. Good luck,
Luck is coming
babe.
your way.
Good luck, babe. Okay. What does mine say? You will receive a cheerful call next week.
Oh,
That's probably from you, because you don't drain
maybe.
me.
Aw.
Well, the fortune is true. Okay. Oh,
There we
there we
are.
go.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode.
This is just part one.
Thank you for everyone for listening. My name is Darren.
I'm Kathy.
That's Cathy. And
Hey,
we're
hey.
very grateful that you were here to join us on this journey and this episode. Thank you very much, and thank you for all your support. If you enjoyed, please give this a like and a comment on whatever platform you're listening to. And please do follow our social medias. We are Two Fortunes on a Cookie on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
And TikTok, yes. Hope to see you guys soon. And thank you for listening. Really appreciate your support. Shout out Chantel and Georgia, loyal supporters.
Thank you, Chantel, for your last comment on the last episode.
Yes, thank you so much.
Take care for
All right,
now.
guys.